I would hope that most of you watching this video would have some form of faith in a higher power or a divine presence, more commonly referred to as God. I call him by his Hebrew name, Yahweh, and some call him Allah, and so forth. But there are many people that, for various reasons, don't believe that there is a God. And what I found to be maybe the top two reasons that most people don't believe that there's a God is because they associate God with how things are going in their own lives. If they're doing miserable, if they're in poverty, or if they are not in a situation where they can provide for themselves and or their families, this God, or this idea of a God that they've heard of being loving and caring for so long and throughout their lives, if they don't see that being manifest, then they just basically say there is no God. Because if God exists, then why is there so much evil in the world? Why is there so much tragedy? Why do young children die at a very young age? And why is there suffering if there's a God? So they choose not to believe in God. And the other one is similar to that reasoning. Show me God and I'll believe that there's a God. There are people who have to physically see something to believe it. There are people who say, well, I don't believe in God, I can't see it. Now, this is the point that's interesting to me even more, is that even when I look at the world and how balanced the universe is, how everything works in tandem as it relates to nature, is a clock. And the sun rises every day, same time, and then it sets, same time. There's what they say 24 hours in a day, for the most part. We have the seasons on this side of the planet where I am. Without fail, they rotate. The seasons rotate. The birds start chirping first thing in the morning, then they are silent at night. And this happens every single day without fail. Our bodies, physically, human beings that is, and even all living things, but I'm talking respectively of us, our heart beats without effort, on its own. From the day that we are born to the day we take our last breath, our heart's beating. And all of the other body functions, the organs are functioning, as they were designed to. And when you look in the sky, you see the sun, you see the stars, you see the moon, and so forth, and you see weather changing and so forth. There's just a handful of examples of there being something greater than us to have orchestrated this thing and put it all in a order, as it were. So for a person to say that there is no God, I think it's really foolish. It's foolhardy. If there was not a God, if there was not a God, what would I do? I believe that I would still continue to believe that there's something greater than me, some divine providence, as Napoleon Hill calls it, and I would continue to try to treat my fellow man as I would want to be treated, be as kind and giving in this lifetime as I possibly can, in the hopes that when I close my eyes for the last time, that there will be something greater than this life that we're all living right now. I will not cease doing that. I will not cease praying. If the majority of the people on the planet say that there's no God, I will not stop praying. I will not stop giving respect and honor to a higher power. I wouldn't stop doing that. And if it's in vain what I would be doing, then let it be so. But I would rather take my chances on having faith and hope in a greater day, a greater life, a greater purpose than the suffering that we experience on this planet Earth. I wouldn't stop doing anything like that. Now, everyone else, whatever they choose to do, that's their prerogative. But as for me and my house, we will continue to pray and to serve the Almighty. And I believe that He does exist. Because if He did not, actually, our whole lives would have been in vain. So what's after this if He doesn't exist? Can you answer that question? What is after this life if there is no God? What is after this life as you can see it now? So after all of the complaining is done, after all of the pointing the finger to God saying, or to what we all acknowledge as God or the Creator, I'm talking about those people who say that there is not. After all of this name calling and so forth and saying He doesn't exist, then you answer the question. What's after this life? Pull your pants up. Be a big boy, big girl, and answer the question. If you don't believe that there's a God, then what's next? So when you die, you tell us who do believe what's next. This is Brother Teacher. You have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. And so long.